Welcome to the Golden Apple Gala, brought to you by the Public Education Foundation of Marion County. Tonight, we honor dozens of teachers from Marion County. We celebrate 5 Golden Apple recipients, and we wonder who will be our 2013 Teacher of the Year. The real winners, though, are our students, who learn lifelong lessons from these teachers, truly making the difference for good. Please welcome your hosts this evening, Foundation Director Judy Zanetti and Public Relations Officer Kevin Christian.
Judy, this is where everybody's supposed to clap because it's the start of the show and we're ready to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 23rd Annual Golden Apple Teacher Recognition Gala. Joining me this evening is Kevin Christian. He's a board member with the Public Education Foundation, and he is also the Public Relations Officer for Marion County Public Schools. Kevin, thank you for once again hosting the Golden Apple Gala.
I've not been here 23 years, but it's my pleasure to be here again tonight. So thanks, Judy, and I'm always thrilled to be here to recognize our teachers, and I look forward to tonight's Golden Apple Gala. It truly is an honor to recognize those people who give so much in the classroom to our kids each and every day.
Well, I agree with you right there, Kevin, and I know that our audience is here because they cannot wait to meet our teachers, but first, here to help us kick off this wonderful evening, I have someone very special to introduce to all of you, and that is our brand new Superintendent of Marion County Public Schools, Mr. George Tommen.
Thank you, Judy, and thank you, Kevin. In 1960, I walked into my first grade classroom at Central Elementary School, scared and really feeling real small. But I discovered a wonderful teacher by the name of Mrs. Hall, who introduced me to other teachers, and my journey through the Marion County Public School System began. For the next 12 years, I encountered many other fantastic teachers. But there was no Public Education Foundation, no Teacher of the Year celebration, very little public recognition of the great job our teachers did every day. In 1977, when I walked into my first teaching assignment at Lake Weir High School, once again I was scared and feeling really small. But I was quickly surrounded by wonderful, successful, veteran teachers who advised me, encouraged me, and guided me and made me feel like a contributing family member. But there was no Public Education Foundation, no Teacher of the Year celebration, very little public recognition of the great job our teachers did every day. But now things have changed. We still have great teachers, we still have a great school system, and we have a productive and meaningful Public Education Foundation, and we have a Golden Apple Academy, and we have a unified community support for our educational family. Tonight we publicly celebrate and recognize a representative group of Marion County's finest. I'm thrilled to be part of tonight's festivities. I'm honored to serve as your superintendent. I'm proud to be a team member with you, and because of you, I'm very excited about the future of our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tommen. All right, Judy, are we ready to introduce our teachers?
Kevin, hang on just a few minutes. We've got a few things to do. I promise we're going to get to the teachers really soon. But Kevin, you are a board member. You volunteer with the Public Education Foundation. So why don't you take a moment and tell everybody a little bit about our organization?
I'd be happy to. For those of you who may not know, the Public Education Foundation's mission is to connect our classrooms to our community, and they do so through 4 distinct programs: Tools for Teaching, Take Stock in Children, That's a scholarship program, our Grants for Great Ideas program, and of course, tonight, the Golden Apple Teacher Recognition Program. Now, the foundation also manages our School Business Partner Program and is governed by a volunteer board of directors, and several of those board members are here with us this evening, and I would like to recognize them by name. They include Laura Barrett, Cassandra Boston, Melissa Boombach, John Cervalera, Chuck Collins, Ron Crawford, Todd Duffy, Connie Larson, Ken McAteer, Sissy McMillan, Kathy Quellen, Julie Sheely, and of course you just heard from him, Superintendent George Tommen. Now I'm honored to introduce the president of our board, our foundation board, Mr. John Cervalera of Regions Bank.
Thank you, Kevin. I am so excited to be here today. What an honor for our teachers this evening. And as a president of the foundation, I am honored to be here speaking in front of all the teachers, all of our community, volunteers, and also our partners in our school system. So thank you for being here this evening. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires. William Arthur Ward. It's an honor and privilege to represent the Public Education Foundation of Marion County at this year's Golden Apple celebration. This is my third year as a Golden Apple Committee volunteer and my first year as president of the foundation. Being on the nominating committee for the past 3 years has inspired and enlightened me. It has rejuvenated my passion for education of each and every student in Marion County. My volunteerism with the Public Education Foundation has given me an overwhelming appreciation of the special talents each teacher brings to the students every day. We are here this evening to celebrate the teachers of Marion County that have demonstrated a strong and unyielding passion for teaching. Those chosen few help inspire, mentor, and mold our future generations so that we can all achieve greatness. I would like the nominees to know, I would like each of the nominations to know that you are my inspiration. I'm sorry. I have a hard time talking in front of a large group, especially this large group, so so I feel your pain, you all. On behalf of the Public Education Foundation of Marion County, the foundation board members, employees, and many, many volunteers and community leaders, I would like to congratulate each of you for this evening, and also thank you for your time. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your commitment to the children of Marion County, and thank you for teaching. God bless y'all.
I just got to say, John, thank you. We were behind you, and we were rocking the night away with Michael Jackson in the background, okay?
John, we truly do appreciate your dedication to the Public Education Foundation and to Marion County Public Schools. We know that this is something that you're passionate about, as you and your wife, Deanna, both your children went through the public school system, and we appreciate you continuing to give back. Now, Kevin, I know that you are very familiar with the Golden Apple process. I think at one point you sat on the selection committee years ago. Okay. But some of the people here tonight aren't familiar with how we chose those Golden Apple teachers. And so I think we should give everybody just a little quick recap about how we got here this evening. So in September, every school nominated and voted and ultimately selected their school-based rookie and teacher of the year. Then each teacher of the year completed a portfolio detailing their educational history, professional development activities, teaching philosophy, and a bunch more.
And if that's not enough, once the portfolios were completed, they were given to our Golden Apple Committee members made up of volunteers from our community. Those committee members then read and scored each individual portfolio. And I've done that, and it is hour upon hour upon hour of work. But it's an investment. I've seen the stack, like I said, and I know that the job of reading each one truly is a labor of love.
But after the reading of the portfolios, Kevin, you know as well as anyone that the committee's job was not finished yet. After reading and scoring the portfolios, the committees then selected teachers to personally interview. And then, after the interview phase, the committees then chose teachers that they would observe in their classroom. And after this lengthy three-step process, our Golden Apple recipients were chosen.
So portfolio, interview, observation.
That's
There's
right.
not a test, but we just want you guys to
That's
know
right.
that, okay?
We
Now,
may ask you later.
I think before we begin recognizing our outstanding teachers tonight, we'd like to give one big round of thanks to our Golden Apple Selection Committee members who volunteered their time over the last 3 months to endure this process that we've just shared with you. This year's Golden Apple Selection Committee was once again chaired by Lisa Fontaine Dorsey, herself a Golden Apple teacher and Marion County's 1998 Teacher of the Year. Joining Lisa on that committee were Shane Finch of Asterisk Communications, Sam Williams, the retired police chief for the city of Ocala, Carol Bounds, a former Marion County Public Schools administrator, and, of course, Melissa Boombach, our current Marion County Teacher of the Year.
And Kevin, you know, we also had a Rookie Teacher of the Year selection committee, and that was chaired by our longtime foundation volunteer, Miss Elaine Whitaker. And joining Elaine on her committee was Laura Barrett, foundation board member and community volunteer, Karen Reed, a retired Sprint executive, Greg Harrell, a staff attorney with the clerk of the circuit court, and Ron Crawford, chairman of the Marion County School Board, and of course Rebecca Ciroli, the Marion County 2012 Rookie Teacher of the Year.
Judy, you know, an evening like this is not possible without the generous support from our sponsors in the foundation. Now, as I call your name, I would like to encourage you to please stand. We want to recognize you with a round of applause.
Absolutely.
First of all, BMW, VW, Porsche of Ocala. I know they have representatives here. We have a wonderful surprise. Well, maybe it's not a surprise to some of you, but it's a surprise. It will be a surprise for
You're
some
not
of you.
gonna tell them
No,
everything
I'm
now,
not
are
going to tell
you?
them now. No. Hold on, relax. Cox Communications, Florida Credit Union, Fontaine Financial Services, of course, our host this evening, the Hilton of Ocala,
Thank you.
Gaz and Son Jewelers, Marion Education Association, our teachers union, Radiology Associates, the Star Banner, and finally, Woods Printing.
Kevin, that was a great list, and it is very exciting to see how engaged the community is in supporting our teachers. But there are just a few more people, if you would bear with me, Kevin, that I would like to, hang on, I just need to recognize a few more people for making tonight such a special occasion for each of us. And I would like to thank all of the Marion County Public School employees that participate with the foundation through our payroll deduction program. And I thank you all for giving just one for the kids.
It was a banner year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and thank them all. I thank them all very much. I'd also like to thank Jerry and Teddy Gauze, if you would stand for me, please. And they are, of course, from Gauze and Sons Jewelers. And for more than 15 years, Gauze and Sons has provided each of our Golden Apple honorees and our Rookie Teacher of the Year with a beautiful 14-karat gold apple lapel pin, which they created for us. And you can read more about this in tonight's program. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Gauze. We appreciate your contributions to our teachers and to our Golden Apple program. Of course, I'd also like to thank Mr. Jim Gettle and Mr. Nesta Mena of BMW, VW, Porsche of Ocala, and they're with us this evening. This great group has partnered with the foundation all year long on numerous projects and programs, but they have saved the best for tonight.
And you're going to tell them right now?
Yeah, well, yes, Kevin. I didn't want you to jump too soon, but
Okay,
they
go for
have
it.
saved the best for tonight. At the end of this evening, they will be gifting a 2013 Volkswagen Jetta to our newly named Teacher of the Year. And BMW, VW, Porsche of Ocala would like to thank all of our teachers for being the driving force behind our students' success.
Amen. That's great. Tax, title, and tag is extra, right? I'm joking.
We'll talk about that later.
Judy, it is amazing to see the support, not just in this room tonight, but throughout our community all year long for our teachers and for tonight's gala.
I agree.
Now, before you even tell me, I know we're not finished yet. We still have to thank some more folks, our school
people.
business partners that help sponsor tonight's event. But even more importantly, their partnerships provide financial support and other incentives to their schools throughout the school year. Now, all of our school business partners are listed in tonight's program, and we'll be announcing those names later in the evening. If a business partner is not announced when we announce the school, then that means that they are looking for a partner, and you can contact either the school directly or the foundation, ask for Judy or Lauren, if you are interested in becoming that school's business partner.
Thank you, Kevin.
Now,
No, not quite yet. We've got a few other very important people with us this evening. They're supporters of the foundation and supporters of our teachers. And would you please call when I say your name, Marion County School Board Chairman, Mr. Ron Crawford. And we have fellow board members here this evening, Miss Carol Ely and Mr. Bobby James. I would also like to recognize that in the audience this evening we have State Representative Charlie Stone and his beautiful wife Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, for joining us. And we have Ben Bowman, representative of Dennis Baxley's office. Thank you for being here. And we have Ocala's Chief of Police, Greg Graham. Thank you, Chief Graham. It is so exciting for me, Kevin, to see this ballroom packed with so many people. Do you know that over 400 people are here tonight to celebrate our teachers?
yes, I believe it.
But I have a feeling that they're not here to listen to us talk.
No, absolutely not. They are here to recognize our Teachers of the Year, and I suggest that we give the people exactly what they want and start introducing these Teachers of the Year. So,
Fine, okay. It's that time. I don't have a watch, but I know you do. But you know, I used to be a kindergarten teacher. And as a former kindergarten teacher, I think that it would be best if we went alphabetically.
okay,
So, you know who goes first?
I do know who goes first, and that is...
Wait. Before we start, we have to mention one more thing. Well, people don't know, Kevin, that our Rookie Teachers of the Year are those teachers that have been teaching with us for 3 years or less. Remember that. We might ask you again. So rookies have been with us for 3 years or less. Not every school has a rookie teacher this year, so we have a few schools that a rookie teacher will not be announced for.
And I'm going to tell you why, because some schools have had teachers who've been on staff for 15, 20 years. So they don't have vacancies, so therefore they don't have
That
rookies.
is absolutely right.
Fair enough? Right now, let's get started.
Alphabetically?
Yes, Judy, alphabetically.
Okay.
So the first school is Alternative Programs. And representing them tonight, we have their Teacher of the Year, Mr. Anthony Kehoe. Anthony's philosophy of teaching tells us that there is no such thing as a bad student when you are a good teacher. A challenging student is a gift that gives you the opportunity to learn a new way of teaching. Mr. Anthony Kehoe from Alternative Programs.
Moving on to Anthony Elementary, tonight we have with us their Rookie of the Year, Nancy Von Olin.
And her contingent of fans.
That's nice to see.
Absolutely. We'll move on to Bellevue Elementary, where the Teacher of the Year is Samantha Bennett. Samantha shares with us, I teach to make a difference in each child's life and to inspire a lifetime of learning. Samantha Bennett from Bellevue Elementary School. Bellevue Elementary's Rookie Teacher of the Year is Sarah Lorick. And we are also proud to say that the business partner at Bellevue Elementary is Bellevue United Methodist Church.
From Bellevue High School, we have Cindy Andrews. And Cindy says, I enter my classroom each day like a cheerleader. I do all I can to motivate my students to do their very best each and every day. If it takes a cheer, a song, a dance, I will do it. Their rookie is Shannon Kelly. And the business partner at Bellevue High School is the Rotary Club of Bellevue.
Moving next door to Bellevue Middle School, the Teacher of the Year is Laura Zand. Laura shares with us, I became a teacher to inspire students to reach their full potential and encourage them to enjoy the journey. Teacher of the Year from Bellevue Middle School, Laura Zand. Our Rookie Teacher of the Year happens to be from Bellevue Middle School. His name is Randy Hauk, and you will hear from him and meet him later in our program. The business partner at Bellevue Middle School is Teachers Sharing Answers.
Staying in Bellevue, from Bellevue Santos Elementary School, we have Benita Warren. And she says, I believe all children can learn, despite social, economic disposition, environmental challenges, or limitations afforded them. From Bellevue Santos, we have Benita Warren. Their Rookie of the Year is Christy Craig.
You can tell that many of these teachers are not comfortable in the spotlight. They prefer the safety and security of their classroom. This one accepted. She had some, family up here, I guess, or something. No, that's great. Moving on to College Park Elementary, the Teacher of the Year there is Nicole Westfall. Nicole writes, I have a passion for teaching and I strive to create a positive classroom environment where the students feel successful and valued. The Teacher of the Year from College Park Elementary, Nicole Westfall.
From Community Technical and Adult Education, otherwise known as CTAE, we have Cecilia Gwynn. And Cecilia says, I love teaching and look forward to every day. To me, teaching is not a job, it is an answer to a prayer.
Very nice. The Teacher of the Year from Dr. N.H. Jones Elementary is Karen Morrison, and she happens to be one of our 5 Golden Apple recipients, and you will hear from her later this evening. The business partners at Dr. N.H. Jones Elementary include Ajax Construction, Dr. Gamati, and Reed Orthodontics.
We'll now go down to Denellen, and we'll start with Denellen Elementary School and Kendron Athade, where she says, my teaching goal is building strong relationships, teaching with rigor, and building engaging lessons that are relevant to the life of my students. The Rookie Teacher of the Year is Jennifer Luder.
We'll go next door to Denellen High School, where the Teacher of the Year is Mr. Robert Ayton, and he too is one of our 5 Golden Apple recipients. So you will hear from him later in the program. The rookie, however, at Denellen High, the Rookie of the Year, is Kelly Crew. The business partner at Denellen High School is Greenlight Denellen Communications. I believe it's their first year as
Yes,
school
it
business
is. We're going to be
partner
hearing
there,
more about them later. With Denellen Middle School and their Teacher of the Year, Cynthia Wise. And Cynthia tells us, I teach because the most rewarding thing ever is when I witness that I got it moment from one of my students that has been struggling. From Denellen Middle, Cynthia Wise. Their Rookie Teacher of the Year is Constance Anderson. And again, their business partner, Greenlight Denellen Communications.
Going all the way from Denellen Middle in your car, travel all the way to East Marion Elementary on the other side of Marion County. The Teacher of the Year at East Marion Elementary is Mr. John Bruce. Can't leave yet, John. John tells us, I teach to make a difference in one's life. Teaching gives me the opportunity to inspire others. Mr. John Bruce from East Marion Elementary. The Rookie Teacher of the Year at East Marion Elementary is Megan Akana. And we're proud to say that the business partner at East Marion Elementary is Ocala Specialty and Hardware Installation.
Let's come back into town to 8th Street Elementary and their Teacher of the Year, Christy Ellers. Christy says, as a teacher, I have the opportunity to positively influence my students' lives. I not only strive to help them grow to reach their full potential, but I also help to prepare them for the future. The rookie teacher at A Street is Elizabeth Medjuk.
It feels like we're going at record pace, Judy. I'm not sure, but
You know, because our teachers are
they're
just
excited.
doing what they need to
Absolutely.
do.
From Emerald Shores Elementary, the teacher of the year there is Tafoya Ko. Tafoya shares with us, teaching elementary school means to prepare young minds for a future in which they will be ready to be problem solvers and critical thinkers. Tafoya Ko from Emerald Shores Elementary. The rookie teacher of the year from Emerald Shores Elementary is Mr. Matthew Binkley. And we are once again pleased to say that the business partner at Emerald Shores Elementary is Closet Maid.
We'll be hearing Closet Maid again, Kevin.
We will, absolutely.
From Evergreen Elementary, we have Riza Perdomo, who says, and Riza says she teaches because her teachers inspired her. The rookie teacher of the year is Kelly Powell.
There's something about a safety of being in a room with little kids and being comfortable, but when you put adults with another group of adults, strange
Well,
things
we've got
happen.
some tall ones here, too.
Moving to Fessenden Elementary, the teacher of the year there is Megan Ballamy. Megan writes in her portfolio, I want my students to see the passion I have for teaching, and no matter how difficult it becomes, I will not give up on them. Megan Ballamy from Fessenden Elementary. The rookie teacher of the year from Fessenden is Amy McCamley. We keep the teachers sequestered so they have no idea what they're supposed to do when they come out
They
here.
do not. Back into Ocala, we have Forest High School and their teacher of the year, Jane Beebe. Jane says, every day I hold someone's child in my heart. My job is to continue the effort to make them the best they can be. From Forest High School, Jane Beebe. The rookie teacher of the year at Forest High School is Michelle Havens. And Forest is proud to have a brand new business partner in E1.
At Fort King Middle School, the teacher of the year is Cheryl Franklin. Cheryl shares with us that knowing your students means knowing how they learn and meeting their individual needs. The teacher of the year from Fort King Middle, Cheryl Franklin. Staying at Fort King Middle, the rookie teacher of the year is Farisa Allen.
And now we go to Fort McCoy Elementary School and their teacher of the year, Jamie Grace. Jamie tells us that through teaching, she hopes to inspire her students to follow their dreams and to use the talents they were given. From Fort McCoy Elementary, Jamie Grace. The rookie teacher of the year at Fort McCoy Elementary is Robin Henry. And their business partners include Edina Springs and First Baptist Church of Fort McCoy.
From Fort McCoy Middle on the same school campus, the teacher of the year is Laura Lindsay. Laura shares with us, I want to utilize the natural curiosity of my students in order to engage them and help them develop the skills they need to become independent learners and thinkers. Laura Lindsay from Fort McCoy Middle. The rookie teacher of the year at Fort McCoy Middle is Angela Pina. Congratulations. Sure, come on through here. Come on through here. Come on. Yeah, absolutely. You want to give a speech? Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Keenan. Really, Kevin?
Well, she was
Okay.
headed this direction. I didn't want to throw her off.
Now we're going to move out to what we like to call the Shores and Greenway Elementary School and their Teacher of the Year, Christina LaPerry. Miss LaPerry says seeing students realize they can do anything is one of the best feelings of being an educator. From Greenway Elementary, Christina LaPerry, and their business partner is Signature Brands.
Moving to Hamlet Bowen Junior Elementary, the Teacher of the Year is Becky Holman. Becky writes, "The smiling face of a student who has grasped a difficult concept and the feeling of accomplishment when a problem is solved, this is why I teach." From Becky Holloman at Hamlet Bowen Junior Elementary. The Rookie Teacher of the Year from Hamlet Bowen Junior Elementary is Allison Esteves.
From Harborview Elementary, we bring Claire Toms. And Claire says teaching is a daily adventure into the world of knowledge. A successful teacher learns as much from their students as their students learn from them. From Harborview Elementary, Claire Toms.
From Hillcrest School, the Teacher of the Year is Lisa Lancaster. Lisa writes for us, "Being an educator of young people and contributing to his or her future is one of the greatest privileges allowed to us as adults." Lisa Lancaster, representing Hillcrest School.
And now we have Horizon Academy at Marion Oaks. Kevin, their Teacher of the Year is Judith Dominguez, who is a Golden Apple teacher, and we will hear from Judith later. Their rookie this year is Jordan Johnson. The business partner at Horizon Academy is Accurate Background Check.
At Howard Middle School here in Ocala, the Teacher of the Year is Mr. Tim Jones, and he will be recognized later in our program. Meantime, the gentleman you see taking the stage in the fedora is Mr. Anthony Mulvey. He is the Rookie Teacher of the Year from Howard Middle School. We are pleased to once again say that the business partner at Howard Middle is Cox Communications.
Kevin, before we continue, I know we've got half of our schools left to go, but we have some other special guests here this evening that would like to thank our teachers in their own special way. From Westport High School tonight, under the direction of Golden Apple recipient and Marion County's 1992 Teacher of the Year, Nancy Atkinson, we have the Westport High School Women's Ensemble here to perform Lift Thine Eyes.
Would you make them feel welcome? about being exposed. A cappella music, man, you are just right out there. So great job, ladies. Great job.
Kevin, when you put our students together with one of our Golden Apple teachers, good things happen.
That's right.
And I appreciate them being out here. I see Melissa Boombach, our current teacher of the year, excited to see them as well. Now, Kevin, I know that you were very excited to get to introducing our teachers.
keep going.
And we were, but Kevin, we forgot something very important earlier on, and that is we'd like to congratulate Mr. Kent Gwynn, City of Ocala, for being with us tonight and representing the City of Ocala. Thank you, Mayor Gwynn.
How did we miss him? He's sitting right here on the front row.
Oh, I know. He was so
Mr.
quiet.
Mayor, thank you.
We also need to thank the Westport High School Jazz Band under the direction of Scotty Vance for setting the stage for tonight's event as they played for us earlier during the reception this evening. Now, Kevin, it's been a few years since I've been a teacher, been a few years since I've been in kindergarten, but I've been thinking while we're listening to the singing, and if I'm correct, we are moving on now to the letter I.
You are correct. So that means that we're going to move on, but we don't have any schools that begin with the letter I.
Uh-oh. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, H, I, J. J. Kevin, we're on J. No, we're not on. L. K.
What happened to K?
K. I'm sorry. Do we
She's
have a
been
K?
out of the classroom a
Do we
few
have a
years.
K?
There is no K.
L.
That's the next
L.
letter. And yes, we will start with
Yay.
Lake Weir High School. The teacher of the year at Lake Weir High School is Karen Bauman. Karen shares with us, I take scientific concepts and apply them to real-life experiences while helping build responsible, hardworking, and productive young citizens. Karen Bauman from Lake Weir High School. The rookie teacher of the year from Lake Weir High is Sonny Collins. And the business partner, very close by to Lake Weir High School, Lockheed Martin.
Staying in that neck of the woods, we have Lake Weir Middle School and their teacher of the year, Debbie Callahan. Debbie tells us that students learn best when high-interest subjects are presented and facilitated by teachers passionately involved in the subject. From Lake Weir Middle, Debbie Callahan. And their rookie of the year, Sandra Renkel. The business partner is Closet Maid.
Once again.
Once again.
That's right. Moving on to Liberty Middle School, the teacher of the year there is Mr. Michael Orloff. Michael's philosophy of teaching tells us, teaching provides the opportunity to give back to our nation for future generations, citizens who are grounded in making sound decisions. Michael Orloff from Liberty Middle School. The rookie teacher of the year from Liberty Middle School is Amanda Lorick. And we are happy to say that the school's business partner at Liberty Middle is ACA Construction Group.
Now we have Madison Street Academy and their teacher of the year, and my son's 5th grade teacher, Mr. Sam Williams. And Mr. Williams says, I believe a student's best chance to succeed occurs when both the child and the teacher believe that success can be achieved. From Madison Street, Sam Williams. The business partner at Madison Street is Regions Bank.
Moving to Maplewood Elementary, already taking center stage, the teacher of the year is Victoria Bishop Fountain. Victoria shares, as a special needs educator, I hope to make a difference in the small things, like having my students learn to identify and write their own name. It's like winning an Academy Award. Thanks, Victoria.
At Marion Oaks Elementary School, their teacher of the year is Stephanie Hall. Stephanie says, I provide my students with a safe environment so they can excel. I believe all of my students can succeed in academics and in life. The rookie teacher of the year at Marion Oaks Elementary is Jessica Day.
I love the fact we have all these cheering sections. That's great.
It
That's
is
great. They
fun.
deserve it.
It
They
is.
deserve
Yes,
it.
they do.
At MTI, or Marion Technical Institute, the 2013 Teacher of the Year is Laura Perdomo. Laura shares, I teach because it is a family tradition. I learned it from my grandmothers, my dad, my mom, my husband, my sisters, my brothers, my aunts, and my uncles. Laura Perdomo from MTI. The Rookie Teacher of the Year at MTI is Mr. John Jacobs. And the business partner at MTI, none other than CenturyLink.
Now we go to North Marion and North Marion High School and their Teacher of the Year, Jan Bailey. Jan tells us that after nearly 20 years of teaching, she has learned as much from her students as her students have learned from her, and she has cherished every moment. From North Marion High, Jan Bailey. The Rookie Teacher of the Year is Eric Bush.
I think we have someone taller than Mr. Tommen. I think it always appropriate to say, yes, sir, Mr. Bush. Yes, sir. At North Marion Middle School, the Teacher of the Year is Keith Melanson. Keith shares in his portfolio that teaching secures the process of good scholarship, which is instrumental to the attainment and cultivation of knowledge. Keith Melanson from North Marion Middle. We are proud to say that the Rookie Teacher of the Year at North Marion Middle is none other than Victoria Duncan. As well, we're proud to say the business partner at North Marion Middle is Seminole Stores.
At Oakcrest Elementary, their Teacher of the Year is Julia Tompkins. Miss Tompkins says, my passion and reason for teaching is quite simply stated in these words. A teacher preserves the past, reveals the present, and creates the future. Julia Tompkins, Oakcrest Elementary. The business partner at Oakcrest is Jim and Shirley Stone and their McDonald's families of restaurants.
At Ocala Springs Elementary, the Teacher of the Year is Gail Chalk. Gail says, our students today will be our leaders tomorrow. I hope to inspire every child I will have the privilege to teach. From Ocala Springs Elementary, Gail Chalk. And the Rookie of the Year at Ocala Springs is Taylor Woods.
From Osceola Middle, we have Shazuka Campagna. Miss Campagna says, given the opportunity to make an impact on young lives is an honor as well as a responsibility. And the Rookie Teacher of the Year from Osceola Middle is Catalina Freeman. The business partner at Osceola Middle is Reed Orthodontics.
It's okay, absolutely.
Kevin, we're going from O to R.
I know, well, I'm not going to say it. We'll get in
Okay.
trouble.
Okay.
Moving to Reddick Collier Elementary, we have Shauna Sundberg as the Teacher of the Year. Shauna's philosophy says, I want to help build the self-confidence and love of learning in all my students so they can always achieve anything they set their heart and mind to. Shauna Sundberg from Reddick Collier Elementary.
Okay, another R school. We have Romeo Elementary and their Teacher of the Year, Carla Mullins. Carla says, I hope I can influence my students in such a way that they would truly see education as a priceless gift. The Rookie Teacher of the Year at Romeo is Catherine Kidney. It is nice to hear the cheering, Kevin.
Absolutely.
Our teachers should be applauded every day.
We move on now to Saddlewood Elementary, where the Teacher of the Year is Mr. Timothy Hunt. Timothy's goal is to help every child reach their full potential in everything they do. The Teacher of the Year at Saddlewood Elementary, Timothy Hunt. And at Saddlewood, the Rookie Teacher of the Year is Benitra Taylor.
Shady Hill Elementary, their Teacher of the Year is Dana Andrews, who is a Golden Apple recipient, so we're going to meet and hear more from Dana later. Their Rookie Teacher of the Year is Trish Batzel.
She appears to be very comfortable on stage. Have you noticed that?
And once again, Signature Brands is the partner
All
for
right.
Shady Hill Elementary School.
At South Ocala Elementary, the Teacher of the Year is Noelle Robles. Noelle writes, I believe teaching is about instilling a thirst for knowledge, inspiring each student to reach their potential greatness. From South Ocala Elementary, Noelle Robles. South Ocala's Rookie of the Year is Ashley Kemp. And we are pleased to say the business partner at South Ocala is Ford Orthodontics.
At Spar Elementary School, their Teacher of the Year is Dolores Urso. Dolores tells us that, she says, I teach to show my students they can achieve anything, to have a positive impact on their lives, and to show them they have someone who believes in them. And the business partner at Spar Elementary is Spar Building and Farm Supply.
We head south to Stanton Weirsdale Elementary, where the Teacher of the Year is Doris Tucker. Doris shares, I facilitate thinking. I engage minds. I listen to questions. I encourage risk. I support struggles. I cultivate dreams. I learn every day. I teach. Doris Tucker from Stanton Weirsdale Elementary. The Rookie Teacher of the Year at Stanton Weirsdale is Kara Brady. And the Lake Weir Kiwanis Club is the school business partner for Stanton Weirsdale Elementary.
Heading back out to Marion Oaks, we have Sunrise Elementary, and their 2012-13 Teacher of the Year is Patty Duckworth. Patty says, I teach to give a child all the knowledge he or she needs to go to the moon and back if they dare to dream big. Patty Duckworth from Sunrise Elementary. Their Rookie Teacher of the Year is Anna Rabel.
From Vanguard High School in just a moment, the Teacher of the Year there is Pam Valcante. She says, my goal is to help students make better sense of their world by preparing them for the workforce, for higher education, and for life as active participants in their community. Ms. Pam Valcante from Vanguard High School. And Vanguard's Rookie of the Year is Elizabeth Davis. The school business partner at Vanguard High is Cannon Orthopedic.
At Ward Highlands Elementary School, their Teacher of the Year is Danielle Abraham, who says, I want my students to go forward with a sense of respect for themselves and for others. From Ward Highlands, Danielle Abraham.
You've already heard from some of the students at this next school. Now you're going to meet their Teacher of the Year from Westport High School, Natasha Murphy. Natasha tells us there is not a more important job on the face of the earth than helping to mold the future of the world. There is no greater gift than inspiring a child to achieve things they never dared to dream. The Teacher of the Year from Westport High School, Natasha Murphy. And the Rookie of the Year from Westport High is Carlether Ponder. And we're proud to say the school business partner is Monroe Regional Medical Center.
Kevin, I think we're at our last school this evening, and that is Wyomina Park. Their Teacher of the Year is kindergarten teacher and my friend, Christy Barbary. And Christy says it is her goal to instill in each child a desire for lifelong learning. Christy Barbary, Wyomina Park. And their Rookie this year is Brittany Brothers. And you have heard me say Signature Brands before this evening, Kevin, and they are also the business partner at Wyomina Park Elementary.
And Judy, you have some kind of connection to Wyomina Park, don't you?
Well, that was where I taught kindergarten, Kevin. That's my
Okay.
stomping grounds. I love it at
Remember,
Wyomina.
A, B, C, H, I, J, K. Remember, there's an I and a...
Kevin, can we practice on Monday? Can we just give me the weekend?
Let's go back to the script.
It's
How about
hot in
that?
here, you know.
It is hot.
Okay.
Anybody else warm?
They were a pretty good-looking group of teachers, don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? And I know that you feel like I do, that it was very impressive to meet them, to hear their philosophy of teaching. But now it's time to get to know a few of our teachers even better. In a moment, we'll meet the 2013 Marion County Teacher of the Year. But first, if you remember, we told you that a rookie teacher is a teacher that has been teaching for 3 or less. And after reading and scoring the portfolios, conducting interviews and classroom observations, and much discussion, the Rookie Teacher Committee has selected Mr. Randy Hauk from Bellevue Middle School as our 2013 Rookie Teacher of the Year. Here to introduce Randy. To introduce Randy is someone that knows this teacher very well, a former student of his, Miss Giselle Bentecourt.
Is that too hot?
I think so.
You want to step down?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to all the Golden Apple Award winners, and a very special congratulations to Mr. Hauk. Mr. Hauk is not only a wonderful teacher, he is unique. He gives freely of his time, knowledge, and experience. He teaches in a friendly, fun way that not only makes it easy to learn, but makes you want to learn. Mr. Hauk also teaches outside of the classroom, as I have had the pleasure of getting a real-life experience and lesson in finance one Saturday morning when our class met to sell coupons for education. I am sure all the students here tonight think their teacher is the greatest teacher around, but to me, Mr. Hauk will always be the greatest.
Thank you, Giselle. Good evening. When I think of what teachers go through on a daily basis, 2 words come to my mind: dirt and gold. Every teacher in attendance tonight is aware of the gold and the dirt. However, many people outside of the teaching community are only familiar with the dirt. Whenever I meet someone and tell them that I'm a teacher, they instinctively ask me, "What grade do you teach?" When I explain that I teach 6th and 7th grade, or middle school, I almost always receive the same reaction. Middle school, that must be tough. Without carrying on an hour-long conversation, I try to imagine what people are referring to as tough when it comes to middle school. Could it be the raging hormones that cause middle school students to think about everything but school and learning? What about the unpredictable mood swings that can cause you to be a student's favorite teacher one day and their worst enemy the next? Don't forget the intense desire of a student to be accepted by their peers, which can cause them to do or say some outrageous, unthinkable things. All of this dirt is on top of the already demanding load that a teacher faces that consists of grading papers, creating lesson plans, calling parents, attending trainings, or any of the other dozens of tasks for which teachers are responsible. Looking at all of this dirt, the question that's begging to be answered is, why would anyone put themselves through all of this torture and become a teacher? Isn't it obvious? We do it for the money, right? But besides the money, what else is there? Some of the perks of teaching are evident, include having the summers off and being able to spend plenty of time with your family over the holidays. Other benefits, however, are more complex and are buried deeper within the dirt. As I look around at the familiar faces of the remarkable educators that are here tonight, I can say with absolute certainty that every teacher here has a handful of memorable experiences that remind us why we dig through the dirt to find the gold. Imagine a student admitting at the end of the year how much they love to read now, as opposed to how much that same student hated to read when they first came to your class. What about the student that struggles to maintain a C all year long, showing you their final report card with a B on it with the biggest smile you've ever seen. Or when a student that has been dealing with multiple problems at home writes a letter to you explaining how he looks up to you as a role model and thanks you for everything you've done for him. These are the moments that teachers dream of experiencing. These moments are what inspired all of us to become teachers in the first place. These golden moments are why we teach. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. That's a standing ovation for a job well done. And it's great to know, at least I hope, you're going to be with us for many, many more years to come. Now, I'm going to call up Melissa Boombach. She's a familiar face, and for the last year, Melissa has represented Marion County as the 2012 Teacher of the Year, and she has some final comments that she would like to share with us tonight. Melissa?
I'm so excited to be here and talk to you tonight because I get to celebrate the wonderful things that these teachers do in this room every day. Essentially, education is about potential. Every student comes to us from a different starting point. Master educators help a student realize his or her potential and then teach that student to develop this potential to its full capacity, whatever that might be. I had the privilege to observe some master educators recently. If you're wondering what great teaching looks like, I couldn't give you any one-size-fits-all checklist, but I can definitely tell you that what I saw, no matter the age that they taught and no matter the subject that they taught, was great teaching. I hope you're taking notes. In Judith Dominguez's 8th grade science class, when she asked a question to be answered out loud, she still made them write it because writing it makes it stay in your brain. I asked some of Tim Jones' 7th grade civics students if they like having him as a teacher. One very reserved young man said, "He's good sometimes. Other times, he's awesome." When I asked Mr. Jones how he finds the time to prepare all these engaging lessons, he said, "I live it without missing a beat." Dana Andrews' kindergartners are busy bees. I know this because they each had a little bee on a hive on the wall. One little boy was asked to move his bee from the green hive to the yellow hive because he wasn't on task, and he became so upset he crouched on the floor and covered his ears. Mrs. Andrews continued right along as if nothing had happened. Moments later, he had recovered and was participating again. A great teacher knows when to intervene and when to let things play out. Karen Morrison, elementary PE teacher, knows about going the extra mile. Get it? When she heard students that didn't have her as a teacher wanted to do her unit on archery, Hunger Games may or may not have had something to do with that, she asked to adjust the schedule so she saw every student in the school. That is dedication. Ms. Morrison proudly displays pictures and videos of their activities on her class website. She is her students' best cheerleader and will do whatever it takes to engage them. In Bob Ayton's AP Physics class, students were making connections to their own lives. While discussing the flow of electrons through wires, a student said he was reminded of this concept they were learning while working on his diesel truck. Another student, while watching a simple experiment demonstrating static electricity, said, "So freaking cool, man. That still gets me." That sense of wonder about learning we often associate with little children is still present in Mr. Ayton's high school students. Every outstanding educator has his or her own way of changing students forever. Elementary teachers patiently teach those little ones just starting to understand the world around them. Middle school teachers give structure and broaden the horizons of kids that are just discovering who they are and who they want to be. And high school and adult education teachers are on the other end of the spectrum. They mold the future professionals of our community. I, for one, am glad that the students in Marion County are in such capable hands. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melissa, and thank you for serving as our 2012 Marion County Teacher of the Year and for serving as such a shining example of all of the great things that happen in our classrooms every single day. Kevin, I believe that we have made it to the point in the program where we are finally ready to meet our 5 Golden Apple teachers.
I'd like to share that these 5 Golden Apple teachers, along with the Rookie Teacher of the Year, are now members of what we call the Golden Apple Academy. You may have seen some of the other members volunteering here this evening. They usually are wearing the black sport coats. It is important to remember that all of these teachers represent all of the outstanding teachers throughout our entire school district, and recognizing that they represent all of the wonderful things that happen in our classrooms every day of the school year.
That's absolutely right, Kevin. It is an honor for each of these teachers to be recognized by their peers and to be here this evening to represent their school. Being named a Golden Apple teacher is just an added honor. And as we mentioned, each of these teachers submitted portfolios, were interviewed, and then observed in their classrooms.
After that lengthy process, the Rookie of the Year and the Golden Apple teachers were announced during surprise visits to their classrooms last week. The Golden Apple Caravan included school officials, community members, and several other people. We show up with balloons, golden apples, chocolate apples, cameras.
Kevin, hang on. Wouldn't it be easier just to show everybody what we're talking about? Don't we have some caravan footage to roll?
We do. Let's do it. Let's watch.
Roll that caravan footage.
Hi, how are you? Congratulations!
Boys and girls, you know what this means? What? All those observations paid off.
Congratulations! How you doing? I'm good. So, on behalf of the foundation, I want to present you the Golden Apple. Thank you so much. Good job.
Dad, can I hold the Golden Apple?
Does something feel different than Rookie of the Year?
I feel older. No, it feels so good. Just amazing.
Blow up more stuff.
More stuff.
Yeah, Daddy. Can you tell what I do at home? All right, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Congratulations. Woohoo! On behalf of the foundation, I want to thank you for everything. Congratulations.
I need a picture with my kids. Students, you're my babies. Come up here. Students, it's all because of you. Every one of you. Every single one of you. Make things happen everywhere.
Hello, hello. Congratulations. Great. Good to see you. Congratulations. There you go. Hold it up proud. There you go.
Come here, guys.
Come on, kids.
Come on, quick.
Good morning. How are you? Congratulations.
Can I kiss it like they do in the tournament?
Sure, kiss it. There you go. Beautiful.
Holy moly.
Caravan Day this year, and seeing that footage, it's kind of like being there all over again.
It is, absolutely.
So I was smiling and laughing, and I think I maybe even shed another tear or two.
Well, I'm guilty of always saying on Caravan Day, do you think they're going to cry?
And some of them always do, including myself. And
You going to make it?
well, I have a feeling we might be in for a few more laughs and smiles and maybe even a few more tears as we hear from our Golden Apple teachers.
I agree with you absolutely. Tonight, each teacher will be introduced by a current or former student of theirs, and we begin with,
In alphabetical order.
yes, in alphabetical
Thank you.
order by school or first name or last name.
Let's go last name.
That's what we're going to do. First up, that means Dana Andrews. She is the kindergarten teacher from Shady Hill Elementary. Here to introduce Dana is Tara Van Meter, a former first grade student of hers who is now herself a first grade teacher right here in our district.
In 1990, I'm sorry, I haven't seen her since I was in first grade, so I'm emotional all of a sudden. In 1990, I was in a very special teacher's first grade class. Although that was 23 years ago, I remember it like it was yesterday because that special teacher left such a lasting impression on my life. I remember her smile and enthusiasm. I remember learning concepts by singing silly songs. And I even remember going to her house and swimming in her pool for our end of the year party. Most of all, I remember walking into her classroom and wanting to share her love for learning. I knew then that I wanted to become a teacher just like her. Today, I can only hope that I am able to be a positive influence for my own students the way that Miss Andrews was for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very honored to introduce to you one of Marion County's Golden Apple Teacher of the Year finalists and my favorite teacher, Mrs. Dana Andrews.
I haven't seen Tara since she left my classroom, but I think she turned out quite nice. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. You're the apple of my eye. Visiting the Big Apple, as American as apple pie, an apple for the teacher. Expressions using apples for imagery provoke a positive response in me. And now, member of the Golden Apple Academy. I think apples are used as an image for education because they are the ultimate fruit. So basic, yet good for you, just like public education. It is the foundation of learning, where you must begin in order to be a productive citizen in our society. But the beauty of public education is that everyone belongs. It is not an elitist group where you must pay to be a part. It shouldn't be hard to score well when you handpick the apples, but we take the whole bushel. They say one bad apple spoils the whole bunch, but as teachers, it's our job to find the good in all. We recognize the huge variety of children that enter our classrooms and realize we aren't comparing apples to oranges, but pointing out that everyone is good at something. And as a student in my room, you have value and something to contribute. I'm proud to be a product of the Marion County Public Education System, a graduate of Wyoming Park Elementary, Fort King Middle School, and Vanguard High. My teachers instilled in me that as long as I had the drive to do well and applied some effort, I would succeed. I'm here tonight among an amazing group of teachers who are the image of what I think of when I think of Teacher of the Year. High school advanced science, getting middle schoolers to love school through history and science, and working with a wide range of age groups, but making each lesson age appropriate. Kindergarten is unique in itself. Oh, everyone says they're so cute, but don't call me when you need a sub. If you don't get this age group, you may only see runny noses and ants in their pants, but we are busy. Due to age-appropriate short attention spans, we change gears about every 15 minutes. In my classroom, you will find consistency, but also flexibility. To borrow some words from inspirational speaker Philip Van Hooser, I don't always know what my kids are going to think or say or do, but they know exactly what I am going to think and say and do. I say yes as much as I possibly can, but when I say no, I mean no. My favorite words to live by are not my words at all, but those of Robert Fulghum from his book, All I Really Need to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some and think some and draw and paint and sing and dance and work and play every day some. Take a nap every afternoon. And when you go out into the world, watch for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Now, how do you like them apples?
Judy? I think Miss Andrews knows a thing or two about apples.
And about teaching kindergarten.
she's got it
And
down pat.
I think I'm crying already. But our next Golden Apple finalist is Robert Ayton, who is an AP and honors chemistry and physics teacher from Denellen High School. In addition to being a Golden Apple teacher this year, he was Marion County's Rookie Teacher of the Year in 2007, and he is the first Marion County rookie to later be named a Golden Apple teacher. Here to introduce Bob is someone who knows him best, his 8-year-old son, Tanner.
Good. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Tanner. I'm here to present Mr. Robert Ayton, my dad. As you know, Mr. Robert Ayton is here as a finalist in the Golden Apple Awards. As a teacher, Mr. Robert Ayton is loyal, loving, and a great teacher. I think he is the best teacher in Marion County. As a father, he inspires me to do my very best I can in sports and in education. I love to learn new things, and that is because of my dad. His talent to teach at home and at school is amazing. I'm proud to call him my dad. Please welcome Mr. Robert Ayton.
I won't be doing this upside down. Neglect not the gift. The first time I read those words, I was 18 years old. My parents had just dropped me off at college, and on my new bed, just made by my mom one last time, was a letter from my dad. And in that letter was 4 words: neglect not the gift. Now, I was only 18 years old. I didn't even know what those words meant. I thought I had some gifts and I should probably use them. And it continued that way throughout college, and even after college when I got a job in the pharmaceutical industry. I got a job with a small lucrative company, and I rose high and I rose fast in that company as a lab manager and a chemist that would go on to produce drugs and test drugs that would go on to save people's lives. But yet I still truly did not understand what those words meant. Neglect not the gift. See, I knew that God had given me some gifts. He had given me some knowledge and some skills, but at that time in my life, I'd never truly sought after the true gift that He had given me, the gift of teaching. Now, every great teacher has that gift of teaching, don't they? But they not only have that gift of teaching, they have a passion that goes along with it. A passion that says that every child in their classroom can learn. The passion that takes young boys and girls and molds them into young men and women of character and integrity. The passion that propels every student past their potential to be lovers of learning and unafraid to fail. A passion to do whatever it takes to help every child succeed, whatever it takes. And so about 8 years ago, I began to examine my gifts. And I began to examine the passions that God had placed inside of me. And I left the pharmaceutical industry. I left it all. I left Philadelphia and moved 1,000 miles away from everything I was ever comfortable with, away from everything I had ever known, to have the opportunity to take my gifts and take my passions and make them a reality called teaching. So friends, 8 years ago, that reality became a journey. And that journey has brought me here to you tonight. To see the great words of my Father, the high calling of my Father on my life fulfilled. Neglect not the gift. Thank you.
Judy, I'm glad we don't have to score these speeches. Holy moly.
And I would like to say, Kevin, for those in the audience that may not know, when our teacher comes up and their introducer puts something around their neck, that is the lanyard that holds their Golden Apple pin for this evening.
Judith Dominguez is an 8th grade science teacher at Horizon Academy at Marion Oaks. She is our next Golden Apple recipient to share with us this evening, and here to introduce her is Tiana Mercado.
Good evening. My name is Tiana Mercado. Congratulations. I am honored to present the Golden Apple to Ms. Judith Dominguez. Throughout the years, I've come across many teachers, and I've never been the type to have sympathy for anyone going through what I am and what I was, something I kept to myself. Walking into Mrs. Dominguez's class, that's when it all changed for me. I must admit, I was quite a handful. Over time, as she was there for me, she inspired me so much to do more with myself. She became more than a teacher, as close as an aunt could be. Days I wasn't sure how to make it through, she was there every step, letting me know I was going to be okay. As challenging as waking up, having to go to school for me, I knew it was going to be okay, knowing she was there if I ever needed her. I wanted to congratulate Judith Dominguez and thank her for everything she has done for me and my family as well. She will always be a part of our hearts.
Okay, so this is what a celebrity feels like. Awesome! And I thought I would never make it to the Oscars, and here I am. Okay, I stand here today because I have been inspired by many people in different ways. My dad only made it to 3rd grade, but he taught me that education is the key that unlocks the doors in life. Every time we drove by a university, he would say, "You will go to college, you will work hard, and you will be successful. Oh, and by the way, you will become a nurse so you can take care of me when I get old." He also taught me to value every human being for whom they are and not for the situation they are in. So with these tools in hand, I was set for success. But my reality was far more different than what I had imagined. Similar to many of my students, my parents got divorced, and a series of what I considered at the age of 10 nightmare events came one after the other. My dreams were shattered. I am here as proof that great teachers inspire change. Throughout my school years, including college, I had teachers who listened to me, cared about me, encouraged me, and even cried with me while opening the path for my dreams to come true. These teachers and their very actions are the driving force for what I do. I simply pay it forward. When students walk through my classroom door, they enter a safe learning environment full of respect, possibilities, hope, care, and love. Excuses are not allowed in Ms. Dominguez's classroom, because if I could do it, so can they. I praise the efforts and accomplishments of all my students, especially those who have to overcome the obstacles that life has placed in their paths at such an early age. These students, whom I call heroes, make it to school with their broken hearts, low self-esteem, and no dreams for the future. They remind me that my job is more than concepts, skills, and standards to be taught. My job is to touch their hearts and help them believe again. If I can accomplish that, I have succeeded. Through my years of teaching, I have met wonderful, dedicated, supportive educators, both teachers and paraprofessionals, who should be standing here with me today. They inspire me to become a better teacher. My own children, of whom I am so proud, are proof that as teachers, we do make a difference because they have had teachers that have clearly touched their hearts and have inspired them to work hard and be successful, who, by the way, many of them are right here today. What we do in school for our students carries forward into their lives, their families, and their communities. Our job as teachers is essential because we change lives and we shape the future. I will not be standing here this evening without the love and support of my husband, Staff Sergeant Garcia, whose motto in the Army, lead by example, keeps me going, especially on those days in which teaching becomes overwhelming. Finally, even though my dad could not see me graduate from college because he passed away, I can say, Dad, I did not become a nurse like he wanted to, but I worked very hard to heal broken hearts, nurture young minds, and most of all, provide hope, because today I am a teacher.
Kevin, I think I should have made sure that I was wearing the waterproof mascara. Okay, we're not finished yet. We have our next...
I'm just going to interrupt here.
Yes.
Are you guys impressed? Amazing.
Our next Golden Apple recipient is Timothy Jones, Civics and Ancient Civilizations teacher from Howard Middle School. And here to introduce Tim is Gabby Sullivan.
Mr. Jones was my humanities teacher for 2 years in the IB program at Howard Middle School. Every week, it seemed like we embarked on a new adventure to another part of the world. Whether through debates, projects, presentations, movies, lectures, or an occasional YouTube video, Mr. Jones engaged each and every one of us on his journey through the world and through time. In Mr. Jones's classroom, we not only studied culture by reading about it and discussing it, but we also experienced each culture with each of our senses. I danced the Cuban salsa, painted watercolors of Australian animals, tasted Middle Eastern food, and jammed to J-pop music from Japan and reggae from the Caribbean islands. We even watched someone in Korea eat a live octopus. In his students, he develops global awareness, open-mindedness, and the realization that we are all citizens of the world. Additionally, for me personally, he encouraged my creativity. His high standards motivated me to be the best student I could be. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for your passionate and creative teaching. You've made me want to expand my horizons, both physically and intellectually. You've made all of us want to dream bigger. Thank you.
I am so honored to be a Golden Apple teacher. Now, as you can imagine, I've been thinking a lot lately about apples. We probably all are aware that the apple represents knowledge. That's why it's such a perfect symbol for teachers. But there's really a lot more about the apple that represents education. My background and my passion is an area of geography called environmental geography. And in this field, we look at the way that animals and plants occupy the space of the earth. Now, if we look at the apple through this lens, some other really cool metaphors for education start to appear. The old expression, as American as apple pie, is sort of misleading. You see, the apple's not actually American, it's Asian, it's from the forests of Kazakhstan. Its popularity here started with the American frontiersmen. They desired the juice of the apple, but not for that innocent, sweet little beverage that we give to our kids. They wanted hard cider. There was one man in particular that was responsible for spreading the apple across the American frontier, and his name was John Chapman, otherwise known as Johnny Appleseed. Yes, he was a real person and not just an invention of Disney. As educators, we are the Johnny Appleseeds. We're the Johnny Appleseeds of knowledge. It is our purpose to sow the seeds of knowledge across the frontier of learning. When we think back on our time in school, we probably all have our Johnny Appleseeds. I know I do. My mother was a 5th grade teacher. Unfortunately, she passed away when I was a child. But I remember seeing gifts to her from her students laying around the house, and these gifts oftentimes had messages on them. Now, these weren't your typical from Sally homeroom type of messages. These were real messages. These were thoughtful messages. And I like to think that's because she had a lasting impact on these students. And that's a lesson of teaching that I've taken with me. Be a memorable teacher. Another Johnny Appleseed in my life was my 6th grade teacher, Mrs. Gamble. Now, she sponsored this 4-H club after school that focused on marine biology. We would take these Saturday trips to the Florida State University Marine Lab and participate in this program called Saturday by the Sea. What we do is we go out on these boats and we would collect specimens for research. I was in awe. The first time we brought up one of those drift nets, there were sea cucumbers, pufferfish, cowfish, all kinds of victims for our 6th grade hands. But from that moment, I was hooked. And my passion for nature has never diminished. And this is another lesson of teaching that I try to utilize. Be hands-on. Make lessons relevant. Experiences matter. My goal is to create a Saturday by the Sea experience for all of my students. These apple seeds of knowledge are the tenets of teaching in which I live by. From my mother, I've learned to make an impression and to be an approachable teacher. Now, the results of this were made obvious to me in my first year of teaching, when one of my 6th grade girls approached me because she felt comfortable enough with me to discuss the recent death of her parent from cancer. Now, that's a heavy load for a rookie teacher. So I went to my mentor, and his words have always stayed with me. He said, "She chose you." Experiences such as this are never burdens. They're opportunities for us to learn and for us to teach. The seeds of knowledge that we plant within the minds of our students are unpredictable as to what will actually take root and grow. In fact, not many people realize an interesting detail about the apple. An apple seed, when planted, does not guarantee an exact genetic copy of the apple from which it came from. What grows will be unpredictable. And this, too, is a perfect metaphor for us Johnny Appleseeds. Our students may exhibit sweetness in their often thoughtful work, or perhaps some bitterness because we will not accept mediocrity. And yes, just like the original use of the apple by the frontiersmen, the results might have us enjoying the occasional glass of hard cider at the end of the week. But what matters most is that they are left with a thirst for knowledge. Thank you.
Karen Morrison is a physical education teacher at Dr. N.H. Jones Elementary, and as you saw in the video, she was on the field when the surprise caravan arrived. Here to introduce her this evening to us is one of her students, Alex Dorsey.
Good evening. My name is Alex Dorsey, and I am here to talk to you about my PE teacher, Mrs. Morrison. Mrs. Morrison makes PE awesome! Triple exclamation point. Mrs. Morrison taught us how to play gator ball, which is a combination of football, soccer, and basketball. Even if you're a Seminole fan, you can still play gator ball. Mrs. Morrison taught us how to play Chinese jump rope, the best kind of jump rope there is. She also taught us how to play steal the bacon, and everyone loves bacon. All this excitement is brought to you by the one, the only, the awesome Mrs. Morrison.
Yours was awesome. Again.
Wow, he's a hard act to follow. You can see why they make me smile there.
What an honor it is to be here up in front with all of these teachers. There's teachers in every classroom who do tremendous work for all of our students. Why do we teach? At my school, optimistic and energetic people who are creative, patient, and collaborative surround me. Sure, sometimes we get drained, feel a little out of sorts, not up to par, but in our determination to serve our kids and our community, we come across reserves of energy that we didn't know we had. Not only do I have the support of my school family, I have an abundance of reinforcement from fellow physical educators in the county, as well as the support of my own personal family. My mother was an elementary school teacher. My sister is a teacher who married a teacher whose daughter is a teacher. My oldest brother married a teacher, and my youngest brother teaches me common sense. And I myself am married to an incredible high school teacher. Having that wealth of resource right at my fingertips has been priceless. Teaching energizes me and has for the past 30 years. Remember when play was more than just a button on a Blu-ray or a DVR? When my students are engaged, they teach me. Being around young people every day helps me remain younger. They keep me knowledgeable about current trends. I heard a quote at a recent in-service that I really liked. You don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Surrounded by these youngsters and the fact that teaching is always a dynamic setting, I am constantly in motion. No 2 days, or for that matter, any 2 classes are ever the same. My classroom can go from a dust bowl to a muddy bog in a matter of minutes. You gotta love that Florida weather. Boredom is never an issue. I almost never have to sit still. My students keep me on my toes and have helped keep me healthy. With a positive attitude and a sense of humor, I can find things to smile about every day. My students, like Alex, always keep me smiling. They make me cheerful to have my job, and that happiness stretches out to them. Without that, how could I expect them to enjoy learning? Good teachers stand firm in the face of challenges. They have the ability to change, and they have a strong desire to do whatever it takes to improve and develop as lifelong learners. Their students feel that passion. When a student succeeds in your class, it drives you as a teacher to dig deeper and learn more for your students. When there is love of teaching, students are energized by the enthusiasm that pushes teachers to teach. Most of you had at least one teacher who changed your life by steering you in the right direction or just believing in you. I know I did, and thank you, Ms. Tuck, Mrs. Thomas, and Mr. Copenhaver. Our children have a right to their own list of life-changing teachers. I know that schools are obligated to develop rubrics to evaluate teachers, but the greatest evaluations I have ever received have come from former students greeting me and telling me that they still remember me. In fact, I am teaching the children of some of my former students. That greeting is all the evaluation I need. Students who get excited about learning, families who never forget your name, and the knowledge that we have made a difference are the reward for all our efforts. And that is why I teach. Thank you.
Well, Kevin, I was right. I laughed, I smiled, and I cried. And next year, would you make a couple of notes like tissues, and waterproof mascara? But there truly is no better way to show our community the best of public education than to allow them to hear directly from our teachers. And I thank you all for sharing of your time and your talents with us this evening. But we aren't finished yet.
Couple little things we need to take care of. First of all, before we announce our 2013 Teacher of the Year, I would like to ask Mr. Jim Gettle of BMW VW Porsche of Ocala to join us here on stage. Come on up. he will present our 2013 Teacher of the Year with keys to a brand new 2013 Volkswagen Jetta. Mr. Gala, would you like to share a few words?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I'm so impressed. The 5 speeches I heard from the teachers were just overwhelming. So let's have a round of applause for the 5 finalists. So I'm just sorry we don't have 5 cars to give away tonight. Really, it's really something else. But anyway, on behalf of my employees, it's great to be here tonight. It's great to be a first-time sponsor of the Golden Apple Awards. We really look forward to tonight. Every county that we do business in, we have decided to give a car away in that school system. So last night we were in Alachua County. We did this last night with a new car. Tonight we're in Marion County. So we're happy to be able to do this. You know, we believe that teachers are a big part of our lives, just like everybody here does. And we believe that they do not get recognized as they should. And we even believe they're underpaid sometimes. So we want to,
they would say.
yeah, sometimes. So tonight we want to remedy some of that. We want to reward the Teacher of the Year with a brand new Volkswagen. And I know this looks like a guitar maybe too, I don't know. So if you'd rather have a guitar, we can probably find that too. But this is actually a key to a brand new Volkswagen Jetta. So so you'd like to announce the winner, and I'd love to present the car.
Absolutely. Okay, Mr. Gittle. Are you ready, Kevin?
Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? That's the question.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. Are the 5 of you ready? That's the real question.
I don't think so. Okay, Kevin. You ready? Go ahead. Take it out.
You want me to read it?
I do. I want you to. There it
Ladies
is.
and gentlemen, the 2013 Marion County Teacher of the Year from Howard Middle School, Tim Jones.
Wow. I'm going to be honest. I didn't prepare a speech because I just don't think that way. Okay, I just don't. I truly don't think that way. Oh, of course, the peanut gallery room. That's my family. Also, is the peanut. Well, first of all, I have to thank my family first. I mean, this is the most supportive family you could ever possibly imagine having. Seriously, they truly are. They're encouraging, they're loving, they're so supportive. And I'd like to thank the people I work with at Howard Middle School. They're my family away from my family. And that's kind of cliche, I know, but it's true. It really is. The environment at the school is an incredible environment, and our principal does a fantastic job of letting us teach and be who we are. And that's a great thing to have. And I would like to thank all the business partners that have helped make this possible. This is an incredible evening. It's obvious that a lot of love is put into this. And I would like to thank Volkswagen, of course. Now, my truck's kind of old, and I don't know if that's like some kind of like new like technology, those kind of keys, but Gabby said that she had gotten me a keychain. I don't know, is it big? Is it large enough, Gabby, to want that? And again, I am very proud to be a Golden Apple teacher and teaching in this fantastic county. This is a great district. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the 2013 Marion County Teacher of the Year, Mr. Tim Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to once again say congratulations to all of our Teachers of the Year, all of our Golden Apple recipients, and of course our 2013 Marion County Teacher of the Year. A special thanks as well to the Westport High School Chamber Ensemble with their own rendition of the wickedly famous song, For Good.
Thank you, Kevin, for once again hosting the Golden Apple Gala this year, and I sincerely thank all of you that shared this evening with us. And thank you for joining the Public Education Foundation of Marion County as we connect children, classrooms, and the community.
Good night.
Good night.